Tonight on Newswatch 18, find out about details about last night's GSB Open Forum.
And hear about how you can find your major easily through an Iowa State program.
Iowa State cross country looks to gain some momentum going into nationals. Find out how upcoming on sports.
Plus, the cold is on its way. Find out what you can expect for your week coming up.
This is Newswatch 18. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Good evening, and welcome to Tuesday, October 28th edition of Newswatch 18. I'm Jack Kiewitsch.
And I'm Fiddelke. Although space may be the final frontier, Iowa State's Virtual Reality Center considers it just another day at the office. With the aid of 3D glasses, a cube-shaped room in Howe Hall can be transformed into realistic simulations of a burning house, an Afghan village, and the crowd favorite, the International Space Station. Students who experience the ISS simulation also have to deal with the simulated fire, which demonstrated the need for the new engineering ideas to safely handle onboard hazards. Clayton Anderson, a distinguished faculty member of the Aerospace Engineering Department, believes having this technology available could be a key factor in providing students the experience they need to set them apart from others in the engineering field.
National Public Radio political correspondent Mara Leeson will present her analysis of the 2014 midterm elections in a lecture entitled What Just Happened? The 2014 Elections and Beyond. Leeson is the fall 2014 Mary Louise Smith Chair in Women and Politics. As a political correspondent, she reports on politics and policy focusing on the White House and Congress. Her reports are regularly featured on NPR's All Things Considered and Morning Edition. Leeson also serves as a panelist on the Fox News Sunday Public Affairs program. Her lecture will take place in the sunroom of the Memorial Union on November 13th, starting at 7:30.
If you're a freshman at Iowa State and aren't sure what you'd like to study, there's a program that can help you find the right fit for you. ISU TV's Will Dodds has a story.
Iowa State University has over 100 majors and 6 different colleges. This selection can be overwhelming for many students, and many just don't know what they want to do. Instead of choosing a major, however, students can instead choose a different path with the Open Option program. Part of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, it allows students to take any classes in any college. Stephen Lohman, a junior, came in as open option and enjoyed it immensely.
Well, you can take a lot of different classes, whatever you want to take. I guess everyone can, but it's been nice to have the extra time to be able to take what I want to take and just kind of figure out what I want to do as it goes along.
Stephen is not alone. About 20% of incoming students are open option. Academic advisor Bruce Allen advises open option students.
Once you make student aware of resources and services, and I think when we emphasize student engagement, when students participate in learning communities, when they do research with professors on campus, when I think they participate in clubs and organizations where they're sharing academic interests with other students, these are the type of opportunities that will provide them with the knowledge that they need to make a good choice in terms of an academic degree.
The Career Services Department gives students many ways to figure out a major. When open option, students should take classes that complete the general education requirements. There are also classes under university studies that help students with career exploration. But what happens when you finish those gen eds and intro classes? Bruce Allen would recommend the Liberal Studies major.
Liberal Studies will allow them to take courses in different areas, and they can choose from professional fields, communications and arts, humanities, social sciences, and natural science and math. And that way they can take courses that represent all 6 undergraduate colleges here at Iowa State University.
No matter what path students take, it's sure to be quite the adventure. For ISU TV, I'm Will Dodds.
Iowa State students had the chance to voice their concerns with growing campus enrollment in front of an administrative panel, which included President Stephen Leaf, Associate Vice President Miles Lackey, and Provost Jonathan Wickert. This conference was called by GSB in conjunction with the Iowa State University administrative staff to address record enrollment. Iowa State has broken the record for incoming freshman class size since 2009. Students, faculty, and residents of the Ames community addressed the panel with questions about housing and possible solutions to keep the ISU's quality of education at the same level despite growing student-to-instructor ratios. The goal of last night's forum was to gather student input and decide which issue is the most critical to address moving forward into the 2015-2016 school year.
Phase 2 of renovations to Ames City Hall are underway, with most of the work centering on the building's basement and the administrative wing of the police department. The first phase of renovations wrapped up late in 2013 and included an expansion of the police department's Emergency Operations Center, the police department entrance, and other parts of the department. Phase 2 work began earlier this month and should be complete in late July or early August 2015, said Doug Houghton, Ames Police Support Services Manager. The only work being done on the outside of the building is underway now outside the 24-hour entrance to the police department on the northeast side of City Hall.
Don't have a Halloween costume yet? Mariah Anderson went to the mall to show you how you can make your own costume in no time.
Still trying to find a last-minute costume for Halloween? Ragstock has all your tricks and treats you'll need.
Located in North Grand Mall, Ragstock has all you need for a last-minute costume.
We have a huge selection of costume stuff right now. We've got anywhere from packaged costumes to kind of a build-your-own thing with our used items. Really popular kind of costumes that we've had are like the redneck costumes with overalls, and like anything with a tutu or leg warmers is huge too.
With Halloween one day away, you can build your own costume with wigs, leotards, masks, and more. Creamy says she has seen a variety of costumes this season.
Anything from, the Despicable Me minions to princesses to Frozen and things like that. A lot of zombies, a lot of nurses.
Ragstock will make your costume one to remember. ISU student Katie Grunwald is one of many who uses Ragstock.
My boyfriend and I are going to be Tommy Pickles and Chucky Finster from the Rugrats. I'm Tommy, so I got tidy whities and then just like a solid t-shirt, and I'm trying to find something to put on my head so I look bald. So everything was either purchased at the mall or at Walmart or Target. Ragstock had all like the basic stuff, and then for the t-shirts, Walmart.
Ragstock will be open until 9 p.m. on Halloween night.
With ISU TV, I'm Mariah Anderson, and have a happy Halloween.
The Iowa State Theater Department will be presenting the play Crimes of the Heart. Three sisters reunite at their granddaddy's home in Mississippi and together are forced to face the consequences of the crimes of the heart each have committed. The play opens tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. and tickets are on sale for adults at the price of $18, children are $16, and student tickets are $11. The play will be in Fisher Theater and will have other shows on November 1st, 7th, and 8th at 7:30 p.m. and on November 2nd and 9th at 2:30 p.m. And now we're joined by Taylor at the desk. Taylor, I heard there's a big weekend coming up for the Iowa State men's and women's cross country team.
Yes, indeed. They will be going to Lawrence, Kansas for the Big 12 Championship. We will have more after the break on Newswatch 18.
After.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Tú cuidas de nosotros. Es hora de que te cuidemos a ti.
Te necesito.
Sabes muy bien lo que me gusta comer y me cuidas y tratas como un rey. Y contigo aprendí a saltar y a jugar.
Me alegro mucho por ti, ahora ya puedes pagar
un seguro médico al fin. Inscríbanse, juntos queremos cantarles hoy. Inscríbanse. rico sale más barato. Podrás comprarme golosinas y mimarme todo el rato. Inscríbanse. Juntos queremos.
El seguro médico a tu alcance ya está aquí. Inscríbete por los que se preocupan por ti.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet! Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Iowa State's men and women's cross-country teams are headed to Lawrence, Kansas with high expectations for the Big 12 championship. The number 6 ranked women team comes in looking for their 4th consecutive conference title. They will not have an easy road going into the conference meet, having to face off against 3 other nationally ranked squads. The men's teams goes into Lawrence ranked number 30 and will have to battle 3 other highly ranked teams and look to improve their points total for the NCAA championships. Clay Stapleton, former athletic director and coach for Iowa State football, passed away this morning in Missouri City, Missouri. He was 93 years old. Coach Stapleton took Iowa State to heights they had never seen before on the gridiron, leading the infamous 1959 Dirty 30 team who finished 7-3, only 1 win away from an Orange Bowl appearance. As athletic director, Stapleton was instrumental to the increase of athletic popularity at Iowa State. Stapleton was also crucial to the installment of the 2 major Iowa State icons, Jack Trice Stadium and Hilton Coliseum. The Iowa State swimming and diving teams will face off against both North Dakota and Nebraska Omaha at 4 tomorrow night in Beyer Hall. The Cyclones are off to a good start this season with a 2-1 record, but they will have a big test to come against the 6-1 North Dakota State Thunder. The Cyclones will have their best start in 4 years if they can sweep these 2 teams and keep the momentum going into the Big 12 conference season. And lastly in sports, Iowa State will get back on the gridiron this Saturday after their bye week and look for a huge bounce-back win against the 5-2 Oklahoma Sooners. OU comes into this matchup as a big favorite, ranked 19th in the nation. Oklahoma has maintained this ranking after a tough loss at home coming from Kansas State. Iowa State suffered another heartbreaker 2 weeks ago to Texas. A game-winning drive by the Longhorns in the final 42 seconds put down Iowa State's hope of a victory on the road. The game will be at 11 a.m. in Jack Trice Stadium, and it will be televised on Fox Sports 1. Now we are joined by Brandon with weather. How's it looking out there, Brandon?
Well, the wind is starting to pick up out there. Find out how bad it'll get coming up next.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
you didn't give up on sex, don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now.
Well, have you tried saving?
Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
It's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
And welcome back to Newswatch. Here is a sneak peek for the week. It'll be a windy night out there, so if you're heading out for mug night tonight, make sure you wear a pullover or a jacket of some kind. Temperatures are going to drop into the lower 20s tonight. And that'll lead to even colder trick-or-treating for tomorrow, with those winds bringing down the cold air from the north. That'll make people get colder for their trick-or-treating night. But later in the week, we'll see another warm-up coming, so it's not terrible news. Currently outside of our studio here in Ames, we're seeing 53 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. The winds there's those high winds from the north at 16 miles an hour. The dew point is at 37 degrees, making a comfortable 55% relative humidity. And there's a bigger picture of the current winds. You see the more higher gusts in Sioux City with 24 and 16 in Council Bluffs. It'll get lighter winds, as you'll see, with calm winds in Davenport, and 6 in Ottumwa. Winds are generally out of the north right now and bringing down, again, as I said, that colder air. And right now you'll see that 55 in Des Moines, 53 in Ames, 48 in Fort Dodge, and 47 in Sioux City. And where we saw sun today was out in the western part of the state, and you'll notice that with the 60 in Sioux City and 63 in Council Bluffs. The sun did make it down to part of southern Iowa, where you'll see the 63 in Des Moines. But for parts of northern Iowa that stayed in the clouds longer, they saw mid to upper 50s as highs. And here's the clouds. You'll see it's coming in with the low pressure spinning up in northern Michigan. And those clouds are circling in. But as the day goes on, the night goes on, we will see some clearing with the high pressure out to our west. And that's also what's going to keep our cold conditions with us for the rest of the day tomorrow. And Futurecast will show that as we move on here. The clearing skies, and you'll notice, yes, that is snow up in parts of Wisconsin and Michigan, as well as parts of Chicago. And as time goes on, we will stay clear and dry through Friday for your trick-or-treating night, just some partly cloudy skies into Saturday as well. For tonight, again, 27 degrees, so it will be chilly. Winds are gusting from the north at 36 miles an hour, 14 to 21 miles an hour. For tomorrow, a much colder day, much colder than average, about 45 degrees, but we will see some sunshine. And still those winds will stick around with winds out of the north gusting to 23 miles an hour. Here's what you can expect for the rest of the week. Again, there's that cold conditions for Friday. Lows in the 24 overnight lows, so make sure you're wearing some underlayers if you're going out trick-or-treating under your costume. But then again, there's that warm-up on Sunday with 54 degrees, 56 for Monday, which is our next best chance for precipitation with 40% as the next system comes through. And as the week goes on, we will see highs in the lower 50s to upper 50s, lows generally in the mid-30s to upper 40s. And if you're heading out to the game on Saturday, the kickoff time is 11 o'clock. It will be a chilly one, so make sure you dress up. 35 degrees. With partly cloudy skies, it should be a nice day for football. Guys, back to you.
And that's it for Thursday's edition of Newswatch 18.
Be sure to tune in on Tuesday for more Cyclone news, weather, and sports.
Have a good night, Ames.
I'll black